Hello friends, welcome to Apex Chess Academy. I'm Hemal Thanki, field instructor, chief coach of Apex Chess Academy. Today I'm going to show you the solution of my previous test positions. Okay, actually in my previous video I forget to mention that if you post your answers in the comment section, I can even discuss your answers along with the solutions as well. So don't forget to post your answers for upcoming test positions. Okay, so today we'll discuss the first part of the decision making, that was the critical point. Yes, so this diagram was based on critical point which I have played against Ratnakaran, and here it was black to play, right? So hope you have found the correct solution. Here the first move is where looks very obvious because bishop c5 is coming and it's really difficult to find out any other solution rather than this. So of course you need to find out the forcing line first. So here forcing line means we can play knight into b4, but the whole calculation is very difficult. So normally what I would advise you to do when you are calculating some variation, I just advise you to just write it down the candidate moves first and then try to think according to that. Just make a tree and try to find out all the moves, rather than just judging 3 to 4 moves in the solution, right? So which improves your accuracy in fact. So just write it down all the series of continuation that you are thinking that this is correct, and then only you should check the solution even if you are doing from any book. Okay, so here the solution is knight into b4, say into b4, and now queen into b4, check. Now here there are mainly two moves here. One is knight d2 and bishop d2. Okay, let's say if bishop d2, which is a bit easier as compared to knight d2. Okay, so after bishop d2, here black will go for queen b2. So you see everything is coming by force. First knight into b4, cb4, and then queen b4 check. Bishop d2 or knight d2 is forced. Okay, you cannot play king f1 because of bishop b4, right? So here king f1 is simply made by bishop c4. So bishop d2 and now queen b2. Okay, so after queen b2, there are two ways to deal with this. Rook c1 is very bad. Okay, so what is the move? Rook b2, right? And you cannot take it back with a knight because c1 rook is hanging, and if you take it back with the, okay, you cannot take it back with the queen because of bishop b4, and if you take it back with the king, then still rook d8 check, and which is winning. You cannot interpose your bishop, knight, and if king moves, then the rook is hanging, right? So you cannot play even king either because of bishop c5 check. So this is winning. So rook c1 is not good. um, and let's say if you are playing short castle, then of course you are just winning queen into c2, so which is of course bad either. And if you play queen d1, this is the move that you need to think while you are playing knight into b4. And here the point is the c1, a1 rook is supported by this queen. Bishop is supported by queen and knight. So if you take rook d2 here, of course white cannot take queen d2, but white can take knight d2. So how we can remove this option? Yes, by sacrificing another piece, knight g5. You cannot take with bishop, because if you take with bishop, I have rook into d1 check, and then I can collect your g5 piece. So here knight g5 and now rook into d2. Boom. So here queen d2 is made by bishop b4. Again we are just winning the queen, and let's say you are winning so many pieces after knight into e6. But the point is after bishop into king into okay, here you cannot take queen into a1 because once the king moves, your queen is hanging, so you cannot take opponent's um, queen. So here it's better to play bishop into d2, king into d2, and now rook into e6. And it looks like, okay, white has three pieces. But the difficult part is it's not possible to deal with all the passive pieces. For example, let's say now rook d6 is a threat. So you need to defend it with this way, rook hc1, and now we can play rook c6. Okay, so after rook c6, now my threat is rook into c2. So again, you cannot play rook b1. You cannot. Okay, rook b1 is answered by rook c2. Rook a3 is not possible. That means you are going to take rook c2 next move, and which is unavoidable threat. So which is winning. So let's come back to the initial position when we played first move knight into b4, cb4, queen into b4. We have seen that bishop d2 is made by queen b2 and queen d1 is made by knight g5. The next move is rook into d2. Now let's come to the another solution. So after knight b4, first move cb4, queen into b4 check. And now what if knight d2? So here there is a one difference. So in case of bishop d2, we were used to play queen b2. But now if we play queen b2 here, then after queen d1, there is no other threat. Like if we play bishop b4 here, then opponent can play simple rook b1, and queen c3 is made by knight e2. So that is of course better for white. So we should not play queen b2 now. But okay, this time we can play queen c3. Now what is the difference? We are again putting the same threat. We are just attacking the rook. We are attacking the bishop, and two additional threats are there. That is bishop c4 and bishop b4. So for example, if white still goes for queen d1, this is very easy now because we can just play knight g5. What is the threat now? For example, if white goes for short castle, okay, we are just attacking the h3 as well, but okay, it's difficult to defend the h pawn here. Okay, so our threat might be rook d2 at some point. Our threat might be just knight f3 check followed by rook d2, because knight f3 check, you cannot take it back with a knight, you cannot take it back with a queen because rook is hanging. Even rook d2 you need to check. So knight f3 is a real threat, and that's why you cannot play h4 or something like this. And if you play short castle, then we can play two ways. Either we can just take h3 and still black has very strong attack, but the even stronger idea is bishop c5. The point is, if you take on c5, I'll just take it back on a d2 and then the c2 piece as well, and I'm gaining my piece back with few extra pawns. So now you can understand that queen d1 is not good. After say knight b4, cb4, queen b4 check, knight d2, queen c3, and after queen c3, queen d1 is bad. So let's say if rook c1, so whenever rook c1 comes here, we can play yeah, so I mean this was a point where I took maximum time. Now why? Let's understand. If white goes for if black goes for bishop a3 after rook c1, then white can simply go for short castle. And it's not clear because let's say if I am taking bishop into c1, rook into c1, and okay, I have given two minor pieces against rook and two pawns, but this position, I mean, it's double edged. I won't consider that black has any kind of advantage. So instead of bishop a3, here I thought bishop b4. Now what is the point? First of all, I'm not allowing you to go for short castle, because if you go for short castle, then I can take rook d2, and after bishop d2, queen d2, queen d2, bishop d2. Here you see I have bishop pair. All my pawns are going through. Okay, for example, if you play even say rook b1, here you are not able to take my b pawn because of even say simple bishop c8, or even probably b5, because after b5 takes, you cannot take rook b5 because of bishop c4. But okay, simple bishop c8, and at least black has bishop pair and few connected pass pawns. While here, if I play bishop a3 on after rook c1, If I play bishop a3, I have to give up my bishop pair. So this is very important thing that you should take a note, because it simply changes the whole evaluation of the position. And if you play bishop b4, and now you think, okay, why opponent can go for short castle and give up the piece? Why not knight gf1? The point is, if you play knight gf1, now you cannot go for short castle, and this is what the point is, and that's why I took so long time to find out this solution. So here bishop a3. The point is, after intermediate bishop b4, white has to play either knight gf1. A short castle is simply made by rook d2. I should not give up the bishop pair. So after knight gf1, black simply goes for bishop a3, and now rook cannot move because the c2 bishop is hanging. And if you play queen d1, then after bishop c1, queen c1, and now I can continue with knight g5. So the point is, if you play bishop g5, h5, now there are lots of threats are looming. Just rook d4, bishop c4, and still white's king is in center. So hope you can understand this whole solution. This was so critical to play knight b4, but you need to find out all the correct moves which I have mentioned in this video. Hope you enjoyed this part, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please click on subscription button and the notification button to get the future notification as well. Thank you friends.